Hello guys, you're welcome back to today mathematics class. So now welcome to SS2. Wow, happy resumption. How was the holiday, guys? Hope you enjoy your holiday. Wow, that is long time holiday. Hope you guys are enjoying the holiday very well. So welcome back to school. Okay, welcome to senior secondary school 2. SS2. Now, senior boys, no girl. Wow, that is great. Gradually, many of you may be planning that you'll be writing WAEC or JAMB or any kind of exam, external exam this year, and many of you will be planning to write it. Yeah. So, if you're planning to write exam, so this don't joke with this SS2 work. SS2 work had the most very important topic that always come out in WAEC and NECO or JAMB mostly. So do not joke with this SS2 work. Okay, I still know this SS2. Please do not joke with any part of this class. So according to the schema for our first week, we have the first week we're discussing logarithm in mathematics. Welcome into SS2. I'm going to explain the thing about logarithm for you at the first week. I will be treating everything about logarithm for senior secondary school. But two, are you ready to join us at the class? So if you're just watching my class for the first time, maybe I just stream a video up in our social media, or you're sharing a video on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and any aspect and any part you're seeing our video, please try to show a love for us. If you think that this type of content is more very okay, that can have a benefit for you, please always subscribe, give us a like, follow us for more content like this. The more you follow us and the more you keep sharing this video with your friend, the more be motivated to come and do a very content like this. Let me use the content like this is the one maybe it's as a benefit for you. I think that this kind of content is as a benefit for you Please, I give 1 minute of your time to subscribe and like this video. Okay, go to the comment section. Let me know what you feel about this class and how do you want this class to be organized more interactive class. So this is our first class, and that will be our introduction class to SS2 mathematics class. Maybe you're just watching my video for the first time. My name is Makiwa. I wasn't able to display my camera at the moment I'm doing this video. I'm sorry for that. And then later more on this video, you'll be able to see my face. Many of you knows me before, so thank you for supporting and thank you for keep coming to my channel to learn mathematics on daily basis. Thank you. If you want to join our VIP class, we also have a VIP class. We have a support group where we assist students to learn mathematics. We give students daily tasks to learn mathematics on other subjects on daily basis. So most especially that I want to prepare for WAEC, external exam, okay, maybe WAEC, JAMB, POST-UTME, any kind of exam. So we give them, we assign them a certain topic, a certain we give a certain topic, a certain question to treat, and then every daily basis I'll give a test to do. And my class is always come in the recorded video like this. I'll put it in the recorded video like this. So after attending the class in a very simple way, I will explain any question, any class I'm going to give you. And after the class, you attend a class. You attend a class for work done. After attending the class, you share your progress to the support group. And after the support group, I'll give an assignment to do and to submit the next day, very early in next day. So that is how I run the program on the platform. So if you want to join my VIP, you can also let me know in the comment section. So let's quickly dive into this. I would like to know where you're watching this video from, your name, where you're watching this video from in any part of the world, maybe Nigeria, any part of the world, and also tell me the name of a school and the type of textbook they are using in your school. But personally, I'm using a SS2 Mathematics from my GCE to SS3 class. I'm using SS2 Mathematics. I also have a name general, but for this particular video, I'm using SS2 Mathematics. So stick to me at the end of this class, and you will enjoy the class. Now, what we learn under this topic, logarithm, the objective by the end of this chapter, let me say by the end of this lesson, you should be able to recall and express a given number in standard form. The second thing we call and use logarithm table to perform calculation involving number greater than 1, And the third thing is to use logarithm table to perform calculation involving multiplication, division of number less than 1. And the fourth one, use logarithm table to perform calculations involving power, roots of a numbers less than 1. And the last thing we're going to be learning under this lesson, solve simple equation involving logarithm. These parts of mathematics and this topic are very, very important if you're writing exam like WAEC, NECO, JAMB, because questions just come out under this topic. So do not joke with any part of this. Do not joke with this lesson. So the first thing I'm going to introduce you before we can talk about a logarithm without talking about standard form. That is very, very important. Now, many of you say that you understand standard form. Great. Many of you know how to solve questions on standard form. Many of you doesn't know. And many of you are still getting confusing. But in this video, I will explain everything about the standard form. I will give you the simplest way to solve question on standard form. I'll teach you deeply, and I also give you a very simple method, a very easy method, and very fast method to solve question on any kind of mathematics question. And that is what I'm here to let you know, that this is more benefit for you after your school. You can come to my platform and be learning after school. People say after school learning, that's a lesson, so that is very, very important. So let's go to the first subtopic under it, that is a standard index form. That's the vision. Right from GS2, you have been talking about standard form, you have heard about it, and some of you still get confusing. But at the end of this video, I bet you and I believe that I can say that at the end of this video, you will know deeply on how to solve question in standard form. Okay, I can say deeply to it. So let's look at what does it mean by standard form. Okay, with this textbook, essential mathematics said that it's a short way written a very large number and very small number, and it's the short way of reading a very large number and a very small number. That is the meaning of standard index form. And it has a general form, that is a times 10 raised to the power of n. When I give you a number, to write the number in standard form must obey this general form, that is what a times 10 raised to the power of n. Where this number a is equal to a number 1 less than equal to a less than 10. That means that a number that falls between 1 and 10, but it's not equal to 10. Okay, number that less than 10 is 9 downward but equal to what? 1. So it means that the number starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is value for a is equal to 1 to number for 1. A number from 1 to 10 is our value of our a. When a number is greater than 1 to 9 rather is our a. When a number is greater than 9, is no more a value of our a again. And where this our n is an integer. N is an integer, we have either a positive integer or this negative integer. That is a number between a is the number between 1 and 10. I've mentioned in that time. So it means that our a a number between 1 and what? And 10. That is 9 downward to 1. Again, that is value of our a. So let me list the number for you, the value of our a, and let me list it out here so you guys can see it. So I'm just saying it. So let me try to list the number out. So they say a number, our a are the number less than 10, that is 1, okay, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, okay, we have 7, okay, we have 7, you have common, sorry. We have 7, we have 8, and we have 9 is not equal to 10. So with definition we have our a are the value of number. So that our a are number between what? 1 to 10. And with this inequality, it means that 1 less than a, 1 less than equal to a less than 10. It means that number starts from 1 and less than 10. So 1 to 9, that's the number of this meaning of this inequality. So when you have a number that is more than 9, it's no more the value of a again. So it's no more written in standard form. You have to convert back in standard form. Okay, and you have to convert back in a standard form. So, and so let me try to read it forward. We have I say n is the, okay, 10 raised to the power of 4. Let me bring it out again, okay. Okay, we have a 10 10 raised to the power of n is a power of 10, where n is an integer. I've mentioned in the time n is an integer. The number written in the standard index form is also called standard form or scientific notation. Yesterday, when I explained to my students, I said that before I explained, because I know that they are familiar with it, and as a resumption, we just resume. I gave them a question that came, write this number, write the following number in a scientific notation. A lot of them just get confused. Scientific notation, what does it mean by scientific notation? Scientific notation is the same thing as standard form or standard index form. Okay, you don't be confused. Many of the teacher does not expose. That is why we have a textbook with you. After teacher will come to the class, give you the vision and necessary thing you need to know about the topic. But let's for you to go home and consult a textbook for more and more understanding and more understandable. I get that teacher cannot come to the class and explain everything to you. But when you have your textbook for you, you can consult your textbook and you can learn from your textbook. So it means that the standard form is also called scientific notation. Note that it is called standard index form, standard form, or scientific notation. I get now. So instead of for a large number, if you're a large number greater than 10, n is positive. When I give you a number that is greater than 10, it means that the value of n is a positive integer, they are positive number. Whereas for small positive number less than 1, it means that our n is negative. If you have a number that is less than 1, our n is what? Negative. So this is just a story, but I'm just taking to note here. Whenever you write something in standard form, always take the equation. This general form is given as a times 10 raised to the power of n. That is general form of standard form. That is general form of standard form. Whenever I give a question, maybe a very small number, a very large number, must be in this form. A times 10 raised to the power of n, where this a is a number less than 10, and where this our n is an integer, the negative integer and a positive integer. Now the question that how do we use it? How do you use to solve question? Now let's look for example for better understanding. Now we have the first example here. I have almost 6 so example here. I have like 7 example here. We have the A to H. I will solve everything in a step by step for better understanding of today's mathematics class about the standard form. So if you don't know how to solve questions in standard form, now come to this class and you'll get to step 2. I will explain in step by step in a very simplest way. I don't like giving students in a very hard way. I'll give a very simplest way to solve question, a solve mathematical problem. So that is what people like to hear from me. I will give you a very simple trick and simple way to solve question mathematics problem. So let's look at the first question. It says write the following number in standard form, and we have the number here. The first number here is 3. As well, can this way contain it? That is 367. So let me write the first here. Let me pick my pen out. Let me try and look at this way. You can still contain it. We have our the first question, that is 367. So let's write this one in standard form. I said in standard form, you must obey this this form that is equal to, that is a multiplied by 10 raised to the power of our n. Now, what is the value of a? What is the value of n? This 10 is a constant. Okay. Now, what is the value of what of our a, and what is the value of our n? I remember our a are the number less than 10, where n is an integer. So how do you get is an integer, and how do you know that this number is less than 10? Now if you look at the number here, is 367, which is far away greater than 10. Again, now how do you make this number less than 10 to get the value of our a? From this place now, our a it will be equal to, notes when you give me a number like this, look at the number at the left side there, the first digit from the left. Between the 4 digits of the left, you indicate your decimal point. You just put a decimal point. Let's say this way, we put a decimal point here. So when you put a decimal point here, you count it. So it will be equal to, our a is equal to, that is our 3.67. So decimal point has to be our first digits from the left. After the first digit from the left, indicate your decimal point. So I've indicated my decimal point. Now you can see the value of our A now. The whole number here is less than 10. So we have converted this number to decimal number. So our A is the whole number and the whole number that is less than 10. So you can look at this place now, it is less than 10. 3 here is less than 10. So this 3 here is simplify the number that is for A. And the 3 point something is the number that's less than 10. So it means that our A is equal to 3.67. That's less than 10. Just remember the trick I just gave you now. When you're given that number, this example of a number that's very large number because it is greater than 10, that is 367, which is one more greater than 10. Always indicate the decimal point at the first digit from the left. After the first digit from the left, you indicate your decimal point. Then you get the value for what? Over A. If the number is long than 7,000 or 1 million something, always indicate your number at the first digit. After the first digit from the left, and we get the value of our A. Now, how do you get the value of our N? How do you get your N? So let's get our N. Our N is to be equal to, so after you have indicated your point at the first digits, okay, at the first digit, you count this one, you count it, after the first digit now, from this point you indicate now, you count it until you pass out the digits of number. So if you count it, the first one here, there is 1, okay, that's 1 digit, 2, that is 2. We do have other number again. As soon as you have other number, you still count it until you get to the last digits of number. Here now, after this point, how many number do we have here? That is 2 number. That is 2. So it means our N is equal to what? 2. That means our N is the number of digits. So N is equal to 2 because after indicating the decimal point, we have 2 digits at the front of the decimal point. So that means our N is equal to 2. Now let's put into the general expression here. So it means our A is equal to 3.67. So means our A, that is 3.67 multiplied by 10 with power of our N is 2. So it means that the answer to this, if you write it 367 in standard form, the answer is equal to 3.67 times 10 with power of 2. That is the answer to this problem. Very simple and very easy way to solve standard form. Hope you guys understand it. Okay, let me solve more example. That's example B. Example B. So that is 7,784. So let me try to create space. Let me go up here so I can solve it at over. That is 9,784. That is example B. That is example B. We have the example B. We have 9,784. So we want to write this one as standard form. What will be the value of our A? So let's determine our A. I said that always place some number at the first digit. This number here it is far greater than 10. Okay, it's 9,784. It is more far than this one 10. So it means our value of A must be a number that is less than 10, and this is more than what? Is more than 10. Now how do you get it now? You only place a number at the first digit from the left. After the first digit from the left, so if you look at this is the left hand there, you place number at the first digit here. The first digit here is equal to what? Between this 9 and 7. So the number is to be at the first digit there. That is equal to this. So it means that the value of our A is equal to this one is cancelled. Our A is equal to, that is 9.784. So the answer is to be equal to, our A is equal to 9.784. Not 9,784, it will be equal to 9.784. We are converted to decimal numbers. How you get now? Now, how do you get the value of our N? How do you get N? To get our N, since we have indicated a number at the 4th digit now, so after the decimal points, now, how many digits of number do we have? So let's count it together. Let's count this one forward. Let's count it together. We have 1, 2, 3. So that is 3 digits after the decimal point. So that means our N is equal to 3. Now let's put together to the general expression. Our general expression, that's A multiplied by 10 with power of N. So the answer is to be equal to, it will be equal to our A, which is equal to 9 point, that is 9.7, okay, 84 multiplied by, that is 10 raised to the power of, our n is 3, that is 10 raised to the power 3. So means that the answer to this problem is equal to 9.784. This one is 9.784. 9.784 times 10 raised to the power of 3. So that is solution to this problem. So when I give a question that is 9,784, the answer is equal to, in standard form, equal to 9.784 times 10 raised to the power of what? Of 3. That is solution to this problem, and that is how you solve it. So let's go further and solve more example for better understanding. Okay, we have the question C, that is 0.67. Now let me explain something here. Listen to this. This one is very tricky. Okay, so that is question C. That's question C. That is 0.67. Now look at this case. This is an example of a number that is less than 1. Okay, example of a number that is a very small number that is less than 1. Now how do you solve this question then? In this place, we have already given a decimal point is already given there. A decimal point is already given there. And how do you express this one in a standard form? If you still remember, our A in a standard form is a number that falls between 1 to 9. That means that a number that is less than 10. Okay, a number that is less than 10 but equal to 1. And if you look at this here now, our value of our A here is 0, which is not equal to 1, which is less than 1. So our A cannot be 0. Now, what can you do to make our A to be more than 0 but not equal to 10? You look at the first digit here. The first digit here, the first number we can see here after this decimal point, the first after 0 here, the first number you can see here is what? Is 6. So indicate your point at the first. Indicate your point at the first digit or the first number after 0. So the first number we have here is 6. So it means our A now is equal to 6.7. Again now, since we have indicated our point here, that will be 6.7. So our A is equal to 6.7. Now, how do we get the value of our n? In this case, you can get the value of n in two cases. Listen, you can get the value of your our n in two cases. The first case is since you have indicating your point at the first number, you count the points you just indicate at the first number there back to the original point. So if you count it back, we have it. If you count it back, you count it backward. That is count it 1 to the original point. That is the count it 1 times. You count it 1 down. Since you are counting backward, like this, it means that the number is full as negative parts. Since you are counting backward, it means that the number is full as negative parts, and you only count it once. Since you count it once, it means our n is equal to -1. So in this case now, our n is equal to -1 because we count the next one backwards. It means our n is equal to -1. Now in case 2, we just look at the, after you have get the value of A, okay, you just get the value of n now. Just look at how many zero do you have here before a number? The number of 0 you have here before a number is 10. So that means that it is n is equal to -1. Hope you get this. Okay, no worry, I'll take my example that is more than this so you guys can grab it very well. So it means that since we get our n is equal to -1, let's solve into the general expression. We have the general expression of A multiplied by 10 raised to the power n. So it means that our answer is equal to, our A is equal to 6.7 times 10 raised to the power of what? Of -1. So when you have given that 0.67, a number to write in the standard form is equal to 6.7 times 10 raised to the power what? Of -1. Hope you are getting it now. So let's go further. Let's make the second question. That is the next question, question G. Now that's 0.00. We have to 0.00347. So that is question G. That is question G. That is 0.00347. So we're told to write this one in the standard form. Listen to this. That is what I explained here. I will explain it again here. So to get your answer, to get your A, we have to get a value of A. Our A, what to be the value of A? I said that only place your number when you have a question like this, 0 point something, we have a point is already indicating. You place a point at the first number after 0. After the first number after 0. Now, the first number after 0 here is 3. Now, place it after it. So that will be 3.47. That is the answer of A. Our A is called 3.47. The first digit here to be the point here to be indicated at this place now. Now, to get the value of our N. To get the value of an N, we have it in two cases. The first case, after you place a point here at the first number here after the 0. Okay, now you count it all backwards. Count it backward until you get to the original point that was given in the question. Now we count it, that is 1, okay, 2, we have 3. We get to the original point. That we count what 3 times. You are counting it backward. That means that minus what 3. So our N is equal to minus what 3. Or the second case. The second case is that how many 0 do we have here? How many 0 do we have here before a number? That is 3 0. That is 1, 2, 3. That's 3 0. That means that it is minus 3. So that means our N is equal to minus 3. That is very simple. You can see that it's very, very simple. Now the answer is to be equal to, let's put the general expression that is 8 times 10 raised power of n, and this one will be given as our A is equal to, that is 3.47 multiplied by 10 raised power of our n is equal to minus 1 minus 3. So that is the solution to this question, and that is how we give a question. If you're given 0.00347 and to write it in the standard form or scientific notation, the answer is equal to 3.47 times 10 raised power of minus 3. Hope you are getting this. Now, the next thing you have to do now, let's solve up the next question. The next question for more understanding, we have the next question, that is question E. So the question E is given as 3. Don't be confused here. This question, if you're not smart enough, you may get it wrong. The question E. The question E we are given as just 3. Now, how do you write this number in standard form? How do you write this number in standard form? If you still remember, our A is a number that is less than 10 but equal to 1. So in this case now, 3 is less than 10 now. Okay, so it means our A is equal to 3 here. Our A is equal to 3 here. So it means that the number is already, the question given is less than 10 already. It's less than 10. Now, how do we get the value of our N? To get the value of our N here, in this aspect, our N is equal to 0 because there's no number, there's no place to place a decimal point. Okay, there's no place to place a decimal point. So it means our N is equal to 0 in this case. So our N is equal to 0. Now, let's put it into the general expression. Let's put it into the general expression of standard form. The general expression of standard form, we have our A multiplied by 10 raised power of n. So our A is equal to 3, that is 3 multiplied by, that is 10 raised power of our n is equal to 0. So the answer to this question is equal to 3 times 10 raised power of 0. Okay, now, so if you're just giving only 5, so it means that 6 times 10 raised power of 0. So because this place does not have under number again there. I hope you are getting this. Hope you are getting this. Now let's solve more example on this. So let's example F. Yeah, listen to this question very well. Example F, that is 6. That is you can see that 607.89. Listen to this very well. I'm giving a very short way to solve this question. 607.84. That is the question F. So let me see if we can see more space here. Can this be contain it? Can this be can still contain it? So let me try to do something here. Maybe I can contain it. So question F, we have a 677.89. We have point at this place 0.89. Now, how do you solve a question like this? You look at the whole number. A is the whole number. You look at the whole number here. The whole number here is what 607, and 607 is more far from A, and A are the number less than 10, and this one is 600 and something. So to make it shorter, you place a number at the first digits that be equal to our A, it will be equal to 6.0789. You can write the number here. Sorry, this way doesn't want to contain into. Okay, let me try to manage. So here I want to write 9 here because okay. So we have a 6.0789. So we indicate our 10 to be equal to this. Okay, our A is equal to this because this 607 is greater than the value of A. So I indicate my point at the first digit here. I indicate the point at the first digit here. So let me say I indicate at the first digit here now. Now, what will be the value of our n? So how do we get our n in this case? To get your n, you count it right for the parts, right from the point you indicate to the original point, forward to the original point. So if you count it forward to the original point, that will be what you multiply by that is 1, 2. That is in 2 times. Okay, because the point is placed between this word 6, that is 1, 2. The original point is placed after this 7. So it means that you count this word in 2 times, forward in 2 times. And when I count it forward, it means that the answer is to be positive. Again now, so our n is equal to what? 2. Not like this one, we count this one backward. So that is why it gave us negative. Why the value of our a is less than the less than the 1. So it gives you as negative. But the value of a here is greater than 1, is to be equal to what is greater than 10. That is mean it is equal to what? Positive, it to be positive integer. Again, so our n is equal to 2 in this aspect. Now the answer in the expression now is to be equal to, that is according to the expression, that is 8 times 10 is power of n. So what will be the answer? Can this be contain it now? So let me try to write it small. They have a 6, okay, 6.0789, okay, times 10 right here, times 10 is power of 2. So the answer is equal to 6.0789 times 10 raised power of 2. So when I give you a question like this, that is how you solve it. I hope that one is well understood. Okay, I hope that one is well understood. Now let's move to the next example before I call it. I think how many examples do you have left? Okay, we still have okay, we have the G, that is 704,503. 704,503. Can this be contained this? Okay, let me write this in the next and give another table. So we have that is question G, that is 704,503. Now to write this one in standard form, here is more than, is far away more than A. Okay, I'll say that always place a point at the first digits. At the first digit here is what is between this word 7 and 0. So our value of our A is equal to 7.04. Okay, we have 503. Again, now to get the value of our n, since our point is indicated between what 7 and 4 here, is indicated at the first point, at first number here. So let's count it. After this decimal point here, how many have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5 digits. So means our n is equal to what? 5. So according to the expression, we have a multiplied by 10 raised power of what? Of n, and therefore our answer is equal to, our a is equal to 0.403 times 10 raised power of what? Our n, which is what? 5. So the answer to this in standard form is equal to 7.04503 times 10 raised power of what? Of 5. That is just it. So the last question I have, the question F. So let's see the question F. The question F says that 0. How many 0 do we have there? We have what 0.00, that is, we have 0.00, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0. Okay, we have 6, 7, we have 6, 7, 8, 4, 6, 7, 8, 4. So our question F is given us, that is 0.00000, that is 6, okay, it is 6, that is 6784, 6, 7, 8, 4. I explained this one in that time. I'll give in the very simplest way, the way I explained in that time. Indicate your point at the first number after this first number after the 0 here. That is between 6 and 7 here. So our A is equal to 6.784. That is our A. Now to get the value of our n to be known. How many number of 0 do we have here? That is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6. It means our n is equal to minus what? 6. Or when you place your point at the first number here, after the 0 here, after the first number here, after the 0 here, when you place it here, it will be what? When you count it backward to the original point, that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have what? Minus 6. So that is why our n is equal to minus 6. I get now. So now to general expression, I have a multiplied by 10 raised to the power of n. So when you put it here now, we have a 6.784 multiplied by 10 raised to the power of what? Our n is equal to minus 6. So the answer is equal to 6.784 times 10 raised to the power minus 6. So that is how you solve the question in a standard form. When I give you a question in standard form now, that is how you solve it. So I hope you guys understood this. We cannot discuss about logarithm without the revision on this standard form, because we are going to be using this standard form in the logarithm, okay, when we are solving logarithm question. So I hope you guys understood the class, or we guys understood the class. So let's go to the classwork. Guys, to participate in our classwork, I will drop the link to our platform, to this particular class in our platform, so you can attend the class. The class is in the form of CBT. So you know, major examiners are in CBT, so you can attend the class in CBT class, maybe 15 minutes to attend the class, solve the question, and pick your answer. Make sure you try your best to solve the correct answer, because you are going to share your mark to the group. Okay, you are going to share your mark to the group. So after you solve the question, you share your mark, what you get from the group, and to see your progress. Maybe you have understood this part very well. So thank you guys. Don't forget to share this video with your friend. I will drop the link in the comment section or description of this video, or you can request for the link to participate in the classwork. And we also have assignment. After the classwork, we assign you assignment to do, also to submit it the next day. That is how we run our program. That is how we run our online class. So thank you guys. Don't forget to share with your friend, invite your friend, give a like to this video. Thank you, and God bless you as you keep supporting us. Shall meet in the next class for this, because we will be diving into the deeply logarithm. Thank you. God bless you.